Thank you, Dr. Mislih. Our next speaker is Dr. Tawfig الربيعة. Dr. الربيعة is the Director General for the Saudi Industrial Property Authority, Mudun. Prior to that, Dr. Alrabiah was a number of things, but he was also with the SAGIA. He was responsible there for the information and communication technology sector. By training, Dr. Alrabiah is a computer scientist, and we're happy to have him. تفضل.
طيب. I am really honored to be with you today. First, I'm going to talk about the Saudi economy and give you a brief introduction about the growth of Saudi economy. Then I'll give a brief information about the national industrial strategy that is being developed and supervised by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And after that, I'll talk about Mudun, which is a government organization in charge of the development of states all over the kingdom. As some of my colleagues gave a brief information about the Saudi economy, which is part of the G20, and it represents 25% of the whole Arab GDP. It's the largest economy in the MENA region. The government of Saudi Arabia is seeing the manufacturing sector as a way to diversify the economy. And the vision of the national industrial strategy is to take the manufacturing sector to a different level, which focuses on the knowledge-based economy and develop it to be a sustainable part of the economy. The target is to increase the contribution of the manufacturing sector from 13% of the GDP as it is now to 20% of the GDP by 2020. So as you see the target here, we are currently at the 13%. And by 2020, we want to be in the range of 20%, which is close to Germany and Japan. To achieve, the purpose of achieving this target is to improve and create jobs for Saudis and to increase the amount of exports of locally manufactured products abroad, and to create more value-added jobs to the economy. To achieve this target, we have identified different targets, or 8 different axes that focus on different things. We are going to work on improving the business environment, also to develop the SMEs within the economy, also to provide the right human resources needed for these different projects, and most importantly is to provide the right infrastructure for these projects, as what some of my colleagues also elaborated on. And then we also work at Mudun. Mudun, as I mentioned, it's a government agency that was established in 2001. It took over the existing industrial states, or as we call them, industrial cities, at that time to move on a faster pace to provide industrial lands for manufacturing companies with the right infrastructure. So it basically focuses on midstream and downstream industries all over the kingdom. So just to distinguish between the role of Mudun and the Royal Commission focuses on the upstream, the basic industries, and they are located in Jubail, Yanbu, and Ras Al Khair. Whereas Mudun, it goes to the downstream, and it's located in different sites. We have almost 30 sites all over the kingdom. Currently, we have about an area of 75 million meters, 75 million square meters developed, and 34.5 million out of these 75 were developed in the last 3 years. So that shows that we have huge development going on. We have about 300,000 people working in the manufacturing companies in these different industrial estates, and we have about 3,000 factories. The growth that we are seeing, as you see, from 1967 to about 2007, we have about 40 million square meters developed. And from 2007 to 2015, we plan to have an addition of 110 million square meters developed. That basically almost will quadruple the area of industrial estates available for manufacturing companies. In terms of incentives that are given to manufacturing companies, we have different incentives that had played a major role to promote manufacturing and bring many different investments from abroad. The first thing, we provide land for about like 1 Saudi riyals per square meter per year, which is almost equivalent to 25 cents per square meter per year. We also provide electricity at the rate of 4 cents per kilowatt, which is almost 1/3 of what's being charged here in the US. We also give custom exemptions on imported equipment, machinery, and raw materials. And we also give financing up to 75% of the equity needed for manufacturing projects. We have many different clients in our industrial estates. These are some of the companies that started to be small companies, and then they grow until they became publicly traded companies. And also, we have many international names in our industrial estates coming from all over the world, including many different companies from the US. As I mentioned, we have many different sites in different places over the kingdom. Almost in every region in the kingdom, we have an industrial estate. We have here 19 different locations. And also, we have there's some of the pictures of our industrial estates. We have 9 industrial estates under development in different places of the kingdom. These are some pictures of the development. Also, we have 4 big cities under planning. One in Jeddah, the one on the eastern coast, in the Alrabiah region, and a military industrial complex in cooperation with the Ministry of Defense. These some of the statistics that we have. As you mentioned, we have 19 cities that is up and running. We have 9 under development, 4 under planning. We have 3,000 factories in our industrial estates, which almost more than 50% of manufacturing companies in Saudi Arabia. And we have about 300,000 people working in these industrial estates. One of the targets that we want to develop in our industrial estates is to have a proper logistic services to support our manufacturing companies. So we're trying to attract and have 3 third-party logistic companies, and we have signed with many different logistic companies for that purpose. Also, we're building container terminals that will be connected with the dry ports that will have in some of our industrial estates that are connected with the rail network that is being constructed in the kingdom. We always try to use the proper international standards in our infrastructure to ensure that we have sustainable and provide the right quality for our tenants. These are some of the drawings of some projects that we are working on for the new cities. We are going to invest in the next probably 4 years more than $3 billion on building the right infrastructure. These are direct investment by us. Also, we have BOT projects with the private sector to develop many different services in the water field, also in building housing for our tenants, which will be around another $2 billion. Thank you very much.